Hello everyone, my name is Faith Sanyas and I'm the press reporter for Chapter 7, Store Location, Trending Area Analysis and Site Selection. Retail location considered to be one of the most important elements in retail marketing strategy. The importance of location to retail companies. The selection of retail store location is one of the most significant decisions in retail marketing. It's a long-term decision associated with a long-term capital commitment. A good location therefore can lead to a strong competitive. Because in store-based retailing, good location are key elements for attracting customers. Location decisions are very complex due to the large number of factors that have to be considered and cost associated. Because location is considered one of the most elements of the retail marketing mix that is unique and thus cannot be intimidated by competitors. For example, the opening of a new store can be very high. Site selection is therefore a long-term decision that implies long-term capital commitment. Once a retail site has been chosen, there is only little flexibility because this decision usually cannot be changed easily without high losses. Because of its fixed nature, location cannot be changed in the short term, contrary to other elements of the retail marketing mix, such as price, customer service, the product assortment, or advertising. These latter factors can't be altered if the environment, for example, customer behavior, competition changes. The main type of decision are 1. Opening of new store. 2. Extension. The extension of the floor space of existing store. 3. Location. The location of or movement of a store from one place to another within a particular town or where a better site available. 4. Rationalization. Rationalization decision. Example, the closure of individual store. 5. Repositioning. Repositioning of location. Example, alternating of store image by changing the name or appearance. 6. Refurbishment, such as improving or upgrading the physical environment of an exciting outlet, or 7. Merchandising, alternating the product, range, and assortment to tailor the after more closely to local customer. The opening of new store comprises the most complex type of decision because it's usually the starting point of activity in specific geographic area. Types of retail location. There are three basic types of location available for retail stores: solitary site, unplanned shopping area, and planned shopping area district. For example, the size of the catchment area, occupancy cost, pedestrian or vehicle customer traffic, restriction placed on the store operation, or convenience of the location. Solitary site. This type of location relates to single, freestanding outlet that are isolated from other retailers. Gilbert, 2003. For example, be positioned for entrance by large store formats in food and non-food retailing or for convenience shops. Unplanned shopping area. Unplanned shopping area are retail locations with several outlets in close proximity to each other that have evolved over time. The main kind of unplanned shopping area are central business district, secondary business district, neighborhood district, and strip or string location. Unplanned shopping area. The retail mix is not the result of a long-range planning, and for such location, there is no centralized management. Central business district. Traditional downtown area in city, town. Secondary business district. In large cities, main street or high street location is smaller city. Neighborhood district and strip or string location. Location along a street or motorway. Planned shopping areas. Planned shopping areas are retail locations that have been architecturally planned to provide a unified theme for a number of outlets. These sites are developed deliberately and usually have some large key retail brand store, a number of smaller retailers to add diversity and special interest. The basic types of shopping centers are retail parks that consist of a purpose-built clusters of freestanding retail outlets. Special types of retail parks and shopping centers have been developed. 1. Neighborhood or strip community centers. Neighborhood or strip community centers that are typically anchored by a supermarket. 2. Power centers. Power centers that consist primarily of large format retailers. 3. Shopping malls. Shopping malls that are enclosed, climate controlled, and lighted shopping centers, regional or super-regional shopping malls. 4. Lifestyle centers that encompass an open-air configuration of upscale specialty store, entertainment, and restaurant. 5. Fashion special centers that comprise mainly upmarket clothing shop and boutiques, carrying high quality and price fashion merchandise. 4. Outlet centers. Outlet centers that contains manufacturer and retail outlet store of price retailers. Theme or festival park. Theme or festival park that typically employ an unified theme carried by the retail outlet, their architectural design and their merchandise, and can be anchored by restaurant or entertainment facilities. The main types of planned shopping areas are presented in table 7.2. The decision as to which kind of retail location to select depends on company strategy. It is an integral part of the retail location and decision process. Retail location decision process. Retail location decision typically follow a systematic process that starts with a general assessment of geographic area and lead to the detailed assessment to specific site characteristics. This process can be broadly be described as three-step selection process. Brown 1992. Number 1, market selection. The first step is the consideration of region that has potential for a new retail outlet. 2. Area analysis. Within the chosen region, a potential optimal area for the store selected. Site evaluation. In the chosen geographical area, the best available site and examine in terms of all picture that relevant to potential store performance. This step concludes with a final decision as to the specific site. That's all.
Good day everyone, my name is LORENO ROSALINDA from BSB MM2 and I am one of the reporter of Chapter 7 which is Store Location, Trading Area Analysis and Site Selection. Catchment Area. The analysis of the catchment area, trading area, market area of a specific region or a specific site is a high importance in each phase of this retail location decision process. The catchment area is a geographic area that contains the customers of a particular site or region for a company or a group of companies for specific goods or services. Does it determine the particular demand at a particular site and among other factors, influences potential sales and profitability. Usually, the catchment area is divided into three parts. The primary trading area is the zone in which the majority of customers are based. It encompasses 50% to 80% of the customers. The secondary trading area contains about 15% to 25%, and the fringe or tertiary trading area includes the remaining customers that shop occasionally at a location as an alternative to local shopping. These catchment area segments are often described in terms of the distance between customers' homes or workplaces and the area or sites. Usually, the either linear distance, concentric circle drawn around the site, the travel distance by a car or public transport, or time distance measures are used to delineate trading area segments. Mapping techniques are used to forecast or survey and map such store trading areas. Geographical Information System or GIS are important support system for location research and trading area analysis. These are software systems that combine digitalized mapping with the key locational data in order to depict trading area characteristics such as population demographics, customers' purchase data, competitors' locations. Next, we have locational assessment techniques. The appropriateness of a specific site is based upon the retailer's strategy, retail formats, merchandise pricing strategy, and etc., and is influenced by a substantial number of factors that need to be investigated. A selection of location factors is presented in this table in order to guide retail location decisions and to assist or forecast the potential sales or profitability of retail stores in a specific region, area, or a specific site. A number of techniques have been developed to assist the sites. The techniques range from very simple to very sophisticated. Either way, most are used to identify and evaluate potential new sites, but they can also guide decision on existing locations with respect to extension, rationalization, repositioning, and etc. Manager's experience. Location is a retail function which requires knowledge and expertise. In practice, managerial experience, retail knows, plays an important role for assessing retail locations. Rules of thumb are often used to subjective and intuitive guidelines for site assessment. Such rules are developed from knowledge of the company Hernandez-Benison 2000. Location Evaluation Checklist. Checklist consists of a number of chosen variables, location factors, to be considered when evaluating retail locations. One of the first detailed checklist evaluation formats was developed by Nelson. Companies select factors that they believe to influence store performance. While some elements of such checklists are common to all types of retailers, each company is likely to have its own list with factors that reflect its particular strategy and situations. This figure illustrates linkages between retailer strategic positioning, typical location, and major factor that considered to be important influences and which should be analyzed in the context of site assessment. Analog method. The principle behind the analog method, Apple Volume 1966, is that new store sites are compared to existing ones that have many features in common with the new stores. Store size, merchandise, or location characteristics. The likely turnover and profitability of the new store site are estimated on the basis of sale achievement and profits earned by similar stores in existing areas. Such comparison can be done by extrapolating own store data by comparing the new site with existing competition stores. Multivariate statistical techniques. Given the increasingly complex array of data available for location analysis, multivariate statistical techniques can be used to construct models that harness the predictive power of available predictor variables for new store performance. Most of the important techniques are forms of multi-regression analysis which predict store sales and estimate market potential or potential profit. Discriminant analysis can be used to predict category membership. Such more sophisticated procedures can identify relationships between store sales and predictor variables, such as population in the surrounding area, the spending power of the population, store accessibility, quality of transport linked to sites, average distance to population, or nearby competitions. These techniques provide more objective and systematic insight into the impact and importance of location attributes and are useful in screening large number of locations. On the other hand, they required more data than the simpler method and a higher degree of technical expertise. Cluster and factor analysis are techniques aimed at grouping data cases or variables together for segmenting a portfolio of stories into similar groups, or grouping together a range of variables that can be used to predict site profitability. The application of this procedure is particularly suited to new store format development or the segmentation of retail network. These techniques also require a large amount of good quality data as well as a high degree of statistical expertise and business acumen. Again, my name is Lorena Rosalinda and I will be the one who discuss to you Angeline Calagio's report. Spatial interaction models. Spatial interaction models are also referred to as gravity models. So, gravity models can be used to forecast store performance based on the stimulation consideration of such factors as store size, store image, distance, population, and distribution. One of the earliest models of this type is Rayleigh's law of retail gravitation in 1929. This law establishes a point of indifference between two towns in order to determine the catchment area of each town. This model aids in the delineation of the trading area from which retailers draw customers. However, the model has many limitations. For example, the breaking point formula does not provide estimate above or below the break-even point between the two towns. Also, the model cannot predict trade areas of more than two towns, and the form of the function is not constant for all types of shopping trips. Retailers can offer additional competitive advantages and thus, contrary to the model assumption, can differ in the terms of location attractiveness. In order to overcome these limitations, several refinements and extensions of the model has been developed, including Huff Law of Shopper Attraction in 1964, which is based on the utility that a shopper derives from a shopping at a particular store. It describes catchment areas on the basis of a product assortment carried at various shopping locations, travel times, and the sensitivity of a kind of shopping to travel time. So next we have knowledge-based techniques. Knowledge-based techniques are the most recent models that have been developed to assist retail store locations. So the most important techniques are expert system or models developed based on artificial intelligence such as neutral networks or computer system modeling the retail environment and shopper behavior as software agents that simulate store performance at prospective locations. Thank you for listening. God bless.